Hello, this is Chloe from The Void. Here's Friday Reads, my first Friday Reads, so I guess I might as well just do a quick weekly wrap up and talk about the books that I've read this week. The first one that I read Beyond Belief by Elaine Pagels. This book is about pretty much how in the early Christian community relatively early, it took pretty much hundreds of years pretty much for the people to come up with the version of the Bible that we know today. It was and pretty much how the Bible was formed and why they picked one gospel over the other one and the arguments that they had for making their decisions. The next book that I read was Antidote by Burkeman. Happiness for people who can't stand positive thinking. This book is under psychology and philosophy, and I think this is a really good match for this topic because it talks about pretty much how the cult of optimism might not make you as happy as it promises you, and it might actually be better to acknowledge maybe negative things so that you might actually be happier. I guess counterintuitive, but I guess it also cites studies, and then also it talks to different people from different schools of thought and how their lives are and how they deal with things. And it's really, really interesting read. It's also a pretty quick read, but it's really interesting to read. This is a nonfiction book. Yes, this is also nonfiction. So, see, I read a lot of nonfiction. The other book that I read was Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, and it is, everyone knows about this book pretty much. And I like the second part a lot more, but I didn't like the other parts when they encountered, they interacted with the greater government of, what is it called? Panem? Sounds like Pan America. Did an airline company take over the United States? I thought that everything that kind of involved the government was really implausible for me, and that really took me out of it. So I really sadly kept comparing this to Battle Royale, and in my mind this is like a pale comparison of Battle Royale. This was trying to be like Battle Royale, and I just loved that book and movie so much that I don't even think that the movie can live up to Battle Royale. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm going to see it this weekend, and then maybe, if I really want to, probably watch Battle Royale again. This is going to kind of morph into my TBR. I'm going to pretty much finish reading this book today, Mutants by Armand Leroi, and this is pretty much kind of partially scientific and also partially historical account of how people have learned from mutants, or people with abnormalities to their bodies, and it really describes how these abnormalities develop in the womb and what actually needs to happen for these abnormalities to occur, and also what how the scientists throughout the ages have learned from people with abnormalities. So this is a really good book. It's very science heavy, but I thought that the language in it, it's very almost kind of poetic, and I really do like it. The next book I'm reading is Thomas Pynchon's the postmodern classic Gravity's Rainbow. This book takes place in World War II, and I think takes place in London, and the protagonist is trying to figure out why these V2 rockets aren't making a sound until they hit. So I think this is going to include a lot of ballistic science and stuff, and I'm not sure exactly what else is going to happen. So far I've only read 50 pages, and it's pretty dense, and I know it's going to be I'm going to have to work through reading it, but I really do enjoy books like these, and I'm really looking forward to reading more about this. I think this is a book that you just need a few hours uninterrupted in reading. So far I haven't had an hour to myself that often. It's really sad, but I can't wait this weekend. I'm going to really put a dent in this. The next book that I'm reading is Joyce Oats' The Accursed. This is her new release, and I think this is her attempt at a vampire novel. So, and I think pretty much in Princeton, New Jersey, at the turn of the 20th century, vampires come, or the devil comes to Princeton. That's how I've heard it described, and I'm really looking forward to this. The pages just like, this is the first kind of serrated edge that I really do enjoy. It's soft, it doesn't distract from turning the pages, and also this cover is just really pearly, has like a pearly shimmer that I just want to touch it, but the library is very good at making it so that you can't touch these covers. So you win this time, library. You win this time. Alright, so since I'm probably going to finish Mutants today, I need to read 3 books at once. This is just a weird quirk of mine, and I have to read 3 completely different books. So the other book that I'm going to read that's completely different from the books I have is The Host by Stephanie Meyer. Since it's been made into a movie, and it's the same author of a very widely popular or infamous book series, it is kind of I think it'll be interesting to read and to see how her style changes from writing towards young adults to writing towards adults. That is my weekly wrap up, and that is my Friday reads. I hope you all have a good weekend. Bye!